stick with me here. This is going to answer every question you ever had about why you don't hit your driver as far as you should. This lesson is 30 years in the making, and I am sharing everything. This might get a little long. I might even do it in 2 parts, who knows? But I'm sharing everything here, and one concept that has helped thousands and thousands of players. First thing you need to understand, the reason that you struggle with distance off the tee with driver is all due to too much backspin, okay? Ball sits up on a tee, almost everybody swinging down steeply at it. When you swing down steeply like this, you can see how that's going to put that backspin. It's going to make the ball spin like this. It's going to put backspin on it, which is going to give it lift and no kind of penetrating trajectory and no roll when it lands, right? So imagine that my club face is coming down into impact. Let's say it's this same angle right here, but I'm swinging like this. You can see all the backspin that's going to put on it. Now imagine if I'm swinging up at it. You see how that neutralizes that angle and neutralizes the spin? You're still going to have a little bit of backspin, but a whole lot less. So we want to, driver's the only club where the bottom of the swing arc occurs behind the ball, and we actually want to catch the ball on the upswing. That's the way to think of it. That's where driver distance comes from, is when we knock all that spin off. So, but everybody is wanting to swing down steeply at it. What is steep? Steep is over the top, right? Over the top just means that that club is coming out here and it's going to be traveling down. If you hit those pop-ups, sometimes like so many players do, it always means that that club's traveling down as it's getting to the ball, as opposed to the club path coming from the inside here, where the bottom of my swing arc is going to be back here, and then I'm going to catch it on the upswing. But why does everybody swing over the top, steep down into it, especially with driver? And it's because everybody, when you first start playing golf, there's nothing natural about squaring up the club face. Everybody's club face is open. And the compensation that everybody starts to learn almost immediately, I've seen people who've never touched a golf club in their life learn this in 5, 6, 7 swings, teach themselves to swing over the top, which for a right-handed player, all that over the top means is that the club path is traveling left of target, right? And you teach yourself how to do this really, really quickly when you first started playing golf, to compensate for the fact that your club face is open or aimed right. All that over the top is getting the ball started left so that when that club face is open and it moves to the right, it ends up playable instead of starting right and going further right if you were to swing more from the inside on the downswing. So what are the factors that affect club face? Number one is the grip, okay? So there's no easier change that you can make to help you square up the club face more often at impact than to go to a stronger grip, okay? And all that means for a right-handed player is moving your hands, get it out in the fingers here, and then position your hands so that the lead thumb is over on the trail side of the shaft, with the V between the lead thumb and forefinger here going over towards this trail shoulder. The more you move your hand over for a right-hand player to the right, for a left-hand player to the left, the more the club face wants to turn over through impact. So just go ahead and do this. Put your hand on in what's called a really weak position, where you have your hands turned way over this way. Now try to turn it over, and you can feel it just doesn't want to turn over. Now take your hand, move it over into this, out into the fingers, get this thumb over on the trail side of the grip right there. Now feel that same thing, and you can feel it really wants to turn over, okay? So if you are going to conquer this over-the-top swing, especially with your driver, really with all clubs, but especially with your driver, you're going to have that confidence that the club face is going to square up when you swing more from the inside on the downswing. And the very first thing that you want to do to give yourself that confidence that it's going to square up is go to that stronger grip, okay? So that's number one. Number two is at the top of the swing. This is the next thing that affects club face at the top, and it's wrist position. So a lot of times players they're trying to get back here and get power, and they end up cupping this lead wrist at the top of the swing. When I cup that lead wrist, the toe of the club goes down. That's an open club face. If I get this wrist into a flatter position, what a different club face angle that is. That's actually a little bit closed, which most players are gonna play better from a little bit of a closed club face, even than just getting it square. So this is the next thing that affects club face at the top of the swing, is this lead wrist position. And the feeling that has worked for thousands and thousands of my members over the years is to feel like, we call it knuckles back, okay? So you get that strong grip, you got these, we're talking about these knuckles of this hand right here. And as you go to the top of the swing, feel like those knuckles point back. That's gonna put you in a little bit of what's probably gonna feel like a bowed lead wrist position. That's gonna put the club face in a little bit of a closed position. So number one, we got grip that affects club face. Go to that strong grip. Number two, we have that lead wrist position at the top of the swing, and you've gotta have that knuckles back kind of feeling. Those two things are really gonna put you in a position where now all of a sudden you're coming from a square club face here instead of open, right? Most players open and over the top as a compensation, right? We're gonna be strong grip bowed, we're gonna be square. Now we're gonna be able to come from the inside with that square club face, and that's really going to allow you to swing more from the inside with confidence that you're gonna get that club face squared up. The third piece to club face here is the release of the club, okay? And this is where the toe of the club whips past the heel of the club, okay? Toe of the club whips past the heel of the club. And those are the three things that help you square up the club face. Now, I want to talk real quickly here before we hit a couple and I show you this drill. I want to show you this little chart here. I got a chart. So you know I know what I'm talking about when I got a chart, right? So let me grab my chart here. What you really need to do is you need to get more out of the speed that you already have. At 95 miles an hour, even if I'm not 100% optimized, let's just say I'm that middle column right there. If I can get my spin down to 25, 65, that means that with 95 miles an hour of club speed, I can carry it 213. I'm gonna get that rollout and I can hit the ball 262 with 95 miles an hour of club head speed. Look at 90 miles an hour. Most players, I mean, a lot of players can achieve 90 miles an hour club speed. And if you optimize that, 25-17 spin rate, not even fully optimized, but if you can get that 25-17 spin rate, you can carry it 196 and you can hit a total of 245. So that's why I am always talking to the members about this. Chasing speed is fun, but most players, when they start trying to chase more speed, all they end up doing is swinging more over the top with more of an open club face, getting more backspin. And maybe that's why so many players have that experience where it's like, I swing harder, don't hit it harder, right? So if you've had that experience, this is going to be the drill that is going to change everything for you. This is the concept, ALSR. This is for a right-hand player. It's ARSL for a left-handed player. ALSR means aim left, swing right, okay? So here's what I want you to do. This is where we are aimed, okay? And these alignment sticks right here are going to be well left of where we are aimed, okay? And I'm just putting these down as a, that might be a little too far left there, but I'm basically aimed, there's a wash down this left-hand side, and that's where I'm aimed right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up as if I'm going to hit the ball in that direction. So I'm going to get set up that way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna take that strong grip, okay? And that's where I'm going to aim everything. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to square up to a target that's way left of where I actually want to go, okay? Because that is going to give me the confidence when I kind of drop my foot back and square these things up, that when I swing more from the inside, I'm actually going to get that club face squared up at impact. It's a weird thing, aim left, and then we're going to swing right. So we're gonna aim everything left, get everything lined up, take our grip, take our setup, everything over there, then we're gonna square up a little bit, and we're gonna have that feeling like we swing right. Now I'm going Now I'm just picking out my spot up that left side there, which is kind of the right edge of that wash is where I feel like I'm aiming. I'm getting everything set up there, taking that good strong grip. Now I'm aimed there. Now I'm going to square up my feet a little bit, but I'm still gonna let my club face just kind of air towards the left side right there, okay? Now I'm gonna go to the top of the swing here, and I'm gonna just bow my lead wrist just that little bit here, and then I'm gonna feel like I swing out to right field with just a really little tiny swing. The thought or the feeling with this is top spin ground stroke in tennis, right? Top spin ground stroke. I'm gonna swing from the inside, and I'm really gonna roll it over and release it. And I don't care, you know, how this ball goes. I'm just trying to get something that turns over to the left, because that's gonna knock all, if I'm getting a ball that's turning over to the left, I am knocking spin off of the shot, right? So let me start this over. I'm just going down the left side right here, getting everything set up there, okay? Now, feel good and set up over there. Now I'm gonna square up my stance a little bit, still having that club face aim just that little bit to the left. Now I'm gonna go knuckles back right here and top spin ground stroke on the downswing. Knuckles back, top spin ground stroke. And so that one did not turn left, okay? It was just kind of straight, and it stayed kind of over on the right-hand side of the fairway. And you can see that I didn't swing with a lot of speed there, okay? But now I'm just going, okay, now I really gotta get something. That means I really gotta, I gotta sling that toe past the heel of the club, because I guarantee you right there, I probably swung 85 miles an hour or something like that, and I probably hit it 230 or 240. So we're maximizing the distance that we are getting out of a swing that does not have to have speed. It needs efficiency. We can add the speed later. So I'm aiming down that left side. Okay, I got my strong grip. Now I'm gonna square up my feet a little bit here, still airing with that face to the left right here. Now I'm just going to go knuckles back, top spin, ground stroke. Knuckles back, top spin, ground stroke, and just see if I can get one to turn over here. There it goes. So now I'll tell you what, I mean, that ball, I'll bet you I hit that 240, 250 with a swing that literally felt like, I mean, it felt like 80 miles an hour. It's probably, you know, 85, 90 or something like that. And whenever I hit one like that, I always just feel like, why don't I just play golf that way? This is a concept that if you can just learn how to, and I felt like my arms are just super soft and relaxed right there. It just feels like I'm just kind of slinging it. But because I set everything up this way, and because I was feeling this knuckles back, and I was feeling that exaggerated release and that top spin ground stroke, I feel like I'm just able to just real softly, just kind of swing at, there's no muscling to it. It just almost feels like kind of like spaghetti arms, and just slinging it from the inside and really throwing or whipping that toe past the heel of the club and keep exaggerating that feeling until I can actually start getting it to turn over. And I'll tell you right now, this is a perishable skill, okay? So as soon as you let your guard down and you stop working on this regularly, that over the top is gonna come back in there. And so this is something that you really have to keep up with, but this is a concept that has helped thousands and thousands of players. If you watch this video 10 times and go through this step by step, and you really understand the concept of what we're trying to do and practice it, there's absolutely no way that you're not gonna hit your driver with a ton more efficiency and really start to get the most out of the speed you have before you start trying to chase speed.